Classic rock album reviews coming right at you.
SHMACKEMAGOB, my friends. Hey, it's a classic album time, and it's not even that classic. It's not that old, but I consider it a classic in my world. Yes, Metallica's Hardwired to Self-Destruct. I hate that album cover. I think the album cover sucks. I think the gatefold sucks. I don't know, too artsy-fartsy. But it's about the music, and I love this album. But before I get into this album, I want to make it clear, because, you know, a lot of people, you know, aren't like me when it comes to Metallica. They're not, because a lot of people just hate on Metallica. It's very trendy to hate on them. Some people are legit on their hate. Some people are legit that don't like this album. But then there's some people that no matter what Metallica releases, it's gonna suck. Now, I'm a huge fan of shit. I discovered Metallica because of my friend Eladio Fernandez bought Metal Massacre. Told me, come over to the house. I found the fastest band in the world, faster than Motorhead. I was like, holy shit. So I went to his house, heard Hit the Lights, blew my mind. Then soon after, I was at a party and somebody rented a hotel. And some dude at the party was like, hey man, you ever heard of Metallica? I go, yeah man, Hit the Lights, that shit's awesome. He goes, dude, I got the album downstairs. Had a cassette. I was like, album? I didn't even know they released an album. So went downstairs and heard Kill 'Em All for the first time. Now I have heard No Like to Leather, a real crappy version of it. But before Kill 'Em All, then I heard Kill 'Em All, ran out and bought it. And then I bought Ride the Lightning, and here's a funny story about Ride the Lightning. Was in 1985, I went to California. I saw Guns N' Roses while I was there, by the way, 2 years before they released an album. And I found out later that online I read that the very first time they ever played Paradise City was a show I saw. Anyway, I digress. So I bought Ride the Lightning, and then when I was in California, that same year, 1985, or was that released in 84? I think it was released in 84, either way. That was the first time I ever heard hate for Metallica. There were people that, hanging out with my friend over there, saying, oh, Metallica sold out, Fade to Black, and the way that album starts with Fight Fire with Fire, it's such a sellout. And I was like, damn, you know? So yeah, they were getting accused of being selling out by the second album. Then Master of Puppets came out. I think it's their best album. Sometimes I go with Kill 'Em All too. You know, I fluctuate. Nothing against Ride the Lightning. I love Ride the Lightning, and there's a lot of people that consider it their best album, and I don't blame you for thinking that. Then came Injustice for All. Now, by this time, Metallica was getting big, and I never saw Metallica with Cliff Burton, so unfortunately it never came to Florida. So unfortunately I never got to see it. The first time I got to see Metallica was on the Monsters of Rock tour before Injustice for All came out, and they played Harvester of Sorrow that day, and I was like, man, I can't wait to get this album. But honestly, man, I wasn't really that impressed with Injustice for All. I mean, the first time I bought it, I was like, yeah, this is awesome. But the more I listened to it, I was like, it's not as good as the first three, you know? God, I'm so itchy in the nose because of my hair. I know, I'm always scratching my face on my videos, I know. It's my hair. I guess even when I'm not on video, I scratch my face a lot. See, look. Anyway, so, let me scratch my side. So, then the Black Album came out, and that's when, you know, biggest album ever, sold quadrillions, their biggest selling album, but that is when a lot of the backlash started. Now, I didn't really hate the Black Album, but I was kind of already like bothered with Injustice for All. Then when the Black Album came out, I wasn't like Injustice for All saying, oh, this is awesome, you know what I mean? So I kind of dismissed it, but I still went to go see him live, and that was the best time I saw him. I forgot to mention, Injustice for All I did see twice. It came to Florida, West Palm Beach, and in Miami with Queensryche. Great shows, but the Black Album tour was unbelievable. Even though I'm not a big fan of the album, the show was unbelievable. So my nose So anyway, then Load came out, and that's when I said, you know what, fuck, man. You know, it wasn't because they cut their hair and were using eyeliner. It wasn't none of that. I don't really get bothered by bands' looks. I find it kind of interesting, to tell you the truth. It's like, wow, you know, that Until It Sleeps video. I like that video. I like that song. You know, I like that song. I like Outlaw Torn off that album, but the rest is just does nothing for me. Then the next album, Reload, was even worse. But I do like Memory Remains. I know a lot of people hate that song. I love that song, but the rest of that album, didn't like it. What was after that? Sane Anger. And what was funny about Sane Anger was when it was released, Elektra Records sent me a copy. I don't know how that happened. The connection, I don't know. Well, anyway, I put on the DVD, not the actual album. I put on the DVD, and I was like, wow, this band has lost its way, you know? But, and oh, I forgot to mention, I saw the Load tour. And the Load tour was so disappointing that I walked out of that show saying, never again am I seeing Metallica. That's it, I'm done with this band. You know, Reload came, I didn't go. Sane Anger came, I didn't go. And Sane Anger is a terrible album, I think. I know there's some people out there that love that shit. I just felt like, you know, forget the drum sound. That's not besides the point with me. It's the songs. None of it, not one song off that album connected with me. Then came Death Magnetic. Now, Death Magnetic, people were rumbling, oh, you know, they're back to the thrashy roots and this and that. I never bought it though, but I did end up hearing it. I don't remember how, but I did hear it. And I was like, I don't hear it, you know, and there was a song on there, I think it's called My Apocalypse, which is the most thrashy song on the album. To me, it sounded like rich guys trying to be thrash. It didn't work. That whole album didn't work for me. I couldn't get into it. I did hear it on YouTube several times, try to give it some chances. To this day, I still don't own that album. And then they released this. Now, I'll never forget, the first time I heard anything from this was the song Hardwired. Now keep in mind, I'm not one of these Metallica haters, you know, and I'll never forget the day I first heard that song. I was in the recording studio recording with my band Combat, and we went out to have lunch. Well, actually, I went alone to have lunch. And, you know, I'm on my phone and, oh, Metallica releases new song, Hardwired. And I was like, all right, I'll check it out. It blew my mind. Absolutely loved it. It's short, fast, doesn't let up. And I love that. We're all fuck shit out of luck. A lot of people, that's so stupid. I love it. And then soon I heard Atlas Rise before this album came out, and I would love that too. And I was like, dude, I'm gonna get this fucking album. This shit sounds good. Two songs alone sound good. I bought this album, and man, honestly, first listen, disc 1, amazing. Disc 2, just didn't add up. But now living with this album for so long, what, 3, 4, 5 years now, I actually broke my vow too. I'm going to see Metallica because I love this album so much. So I bought tickets to see Paul McCartney and Metallica. They were 3 days apart. But Paul McCartney ended up canceling and moving his show on Friday, same day Metallica was playing the Marlins Stadium. I was like, fuck. I didn't know which one to pick. And they were playing Orlando, and I said, fuck that, man. I'm going to Orlando to see Metallica. When I come back, I'll see McCartney. And my friend, good friend, Ronnie Spruce, I hope you're watching, my friend. He lives in Ohio. He said, dude, I'll buy that ticket off you to see Metallica. Sold it, and I bought my ticket to Orlando. He came down, watched it, loved it. I went to Orlando to see it, and fuck, what a show, man. And they did a lot of good cuts on here. And they also played Hit the Lights that night. First time I ever seen them do that. First time I ever seen them do Fight Fire with Fire. It was an amazing set list. It was an amazing show, worth the long drive to Orlando to see it. And then I ended up buying the CD. You were able to buy the compact disc of the show that you were at. And I ordered it. I love it. Sorry I didn't pull that one out. But I do have it. Anyway, let's run through the songs of this album, which I love. Hardwired, as I said, man. Short, to the point, blistering. Metallica, how long has it been since they've done a short song that's non-stop drumming? And, I mean, fast drumming. A lot of people hate on Lars, man. I don't think he's technically great, but I think he's very inventive, and he does a lot of cool shit on drums. I have no problem with him. Atlas Rise, again, a lot of killer riffs. Pretty long song, but it keeps me interested. It's really good. It's just a really good heavy tune. Next is Now That We're Dead. I love that song. There's a lot of people that are like, oh man, if I hear that song one more time on the radio, fuck, I don't listen to the radio, so I don't get burnt out on it. It's a great song. It's kind of got a Black Album feel. It's, you know, like slow, but to me it's better than any song on Black Album. And there's some other songs on here that have that Black Album feel that I feel is better than any song off the Black Album. By the way, I love the Gods That Failed off that album. Moth Into the Flame, great song. I think I heard that before I bought the album too. I think they released 3 videos before that album came out. And the day the album came out, they released a video for every single song on the album, which was damn unique, man. Some of those videos really suck, and some of them are pretty cool. Moth to Flame, it's great. When they did that on the, was it the Grammys with Lady Gaga? That was abysmal. I have none against Lady Gaga, but she sucked doing that Metallica song. And it looks so trendy, her headbanging. I know she's a metal chick, but she doesn't do metal. Anyway, whatever. She digs Saxon, that's why I have no problem with her. Any chick that loves Saxon is okay with me. I don't care about your music at all. Am I Savage? Now, this one's odd. I get this fucking vibe of Sabotage from Black Sabbath, and I can't pinpoint how, because there's no song on Sabotage that sounds like that, but at the same time, I get a vibe of Sabbath, like kind of that Sabotage feel. I don't know why, but I love it. Then side 1 ends with Halo of Fire. That is my favorite song off this album. And it's kind of got a Black Album feel. It's awesome. It's amazing. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the album is not like that. The album doesn't end with Halo of Fire. No, the track listing is wrong on... okay, Here Comes Revenge, Murder One, Spit Out the Bone, Confusion, Dream No More, Man Unkind. Yes. Dream No More is... oh, wait. I got Dream No More confused with Am I Savage. Dream No More is the one that reminds me of Black Sabbath, Sabotage. But Am I Savage, that's the worst song on the album for me. And believe me, and I don't really think it's bad. It's pure filler. It's skippable. It is skippable, but it's not terrible. I can hang with it. So the second album starts with Confusion. Now that one I didn't get at first. It took me many listens, and I dig it. I think it's a cool song. It's different. See, side 2 is very different than side 1. Side 1 is more immediate, I got right away. Where side 2, a lot of these songs I didn't get right away. Like Confusion. I love it. I think it's a cool song. Dream No More, I already talked about it. Man Unkind, not bad, not great, kind of there. It's not horrible, and it's not skippable like Am I Savage. Here Comes Revenge, I feel the same way about. I think Man Unkind, Here Comes Revenge, and Am I Savage are the 3 fillers on here. Not crazy about either of those songs, to tell you the truth. They're okay. But if you would have taken those 3 songs out, this would have been an amazing, solid album, because the next song, Murder One, which is a song about Lemmy, doesn't sound nothing like Motorhead. A lot of people said that's the worst song on here. I love that song. I think that song smokes, man. I just love, it's slow and heavy, and their tribute to Lemmy from Motorhead, and I absolutely love that song. I think it's a great tune. Then it ends with Spit Out the Bone. Now, Spit Out the Bone, that's the one song a lot of people are like, that's the best song on the album because it's so fast. And I love it. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But the more I lived with it, I love it even more now. It's like probably my second favorite song on the album. My favorite song would be Halo of Fire, then Spit Out the Bone, then Hardwired. But it's a great ending. It's a great song. I love what Lars does on drums on it. Studio magic or not, that's some cool shit. And great lyrics. I love the lyrics to Spit Out the Bone. It's about technology and how it's taken over, you know, mankind. You know, it eats you up, swallows you, and spits out the bones. Technology taking over. But in the end, and also I got this. This is for, you know, to put on your turntable. But man, I love this album and I'm here to defend it. I know a lot of you don't. I know some of you out there are like, hated it before it came out because, you know, you just love to hate on Metallica. Then there's some that listen to this and say, you know what, it does nothing for me. Y'all are alright. I understand you. But the people out there that, because it's Metallica, it sucks no matter what they do, I will tell you this right now, and I stand by it. This song does not have any song on here as good as Blackened. That song is amazing. But I will take this album as a whole over Justice for All. I enjoy it more than Justice for All. And I think it's a phenomenal album. That's what I think. So that's why I wanted to make this video in defense of Hardwired and Self-Destruct, because it's been out for 4 or 5 years now and I just listened to it again. I listen to this album a lot and I never get sick of it, other than those 3 songs that I'm not too crazy about, Am I Savage especially. But other than that, I love the album, man. I love it. And as you can see my history of Metallica, I'm not one of these haters, you know. I mean, I'm not crazy about a lot of their albums between the classic stuff and, you know, Cliff Burton to now. But this one is a real return to form. I don't hear rich guys trying to be thrash, even though they are rich guys playing thrash. So there you go. Hey, if you like what you saw, please subscribe to my channel. That'd be awesome. And if you like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. Right on, everybody. Stay frosty and schmack 'em a gob.